Well, I feel like you're trying to make a decision about something, given the room that's here. You could be taking a break, taking a time out from a situation in order to choose an option, decide which course of action you want to take. The Seven of Cups in reverse is actually still a good card. It just means that you're narrowing down maybe an overwhelming amount of options and choosing one. But you do need, with Esau, a timeout. You need to kind of freeze situations and give yourself a chance to catch your breath and really kind of think this through before you make a decision. So now, again, because it's a general reading, whatever area of life this is going to be different for all of you. So we'll probably get some hints as we move through the reading here. But some of you may be trying to decide if you want to sever ties with a person, a situation, a job, a friendship, a family member, could be anything. But I feel like it's actually a positive thing because it's a positive decision that you're faced with. It's just maybe a bit overwhelming since the Seven of Cups is normally a good card. It just means there's a lot of options and choosing one can be a little bit challenging. Narrowing down or feeling like you're choosing the best option can be maybe what kind of trips you up or has you feeling a little bit like a fish out of water in some ways here, Virgo. Your challenge for the month, we've got the High Priestess in reverse. And here's what she looks like in the upright. Because they sparkle, I'm hoping you can see them without a glare. Well, this can be somebody who they claim that they're intuitive, or they claim that they have psychic gifts. And, everybody does, but some people kind of take credit for more than their fair share, if you know what I mean. So, this is kind of the pretender. It can be a spiritual leader who, has become a leader, not really through spirituality, but through other things, usually kind of con artist tendencies. So if you watch a lot of videos, if you watch a lot of channels on YouTube, especially, do be careful. There are, like anywhere else, shysters out there, fakers, people who just bought a deck today. So if you're trying to make a big decision here, and you're thinking of consulting a psychic, consulting someone for some spiritual advice about which direction you should take, go by word of mouth. That's usually the best way, like a friend or a family member or somebody else who's had a reading from someone and those things have proved to be accurate. Or definitely make sure and watch previous videos and make sure that those videos have been accurate if you're choosing someone from YouTube. But yeah, if it's somebody in your community, somebody in your like your location where you live, definitely check out what information is online. If it is their website, it's going to likely only be positive stuff. So, if there's like a Yelp page or, some kind of third-party site that you can go to get recommendations, that would be good. Or, of course, if it's somebody that you know and trust that recommends someone to you, that would be different. But yeah, at some point, some of you could be encountering in the month of September someone who claims to be psychic, claims to have gifts, and they do not. And this can be quite disheartening when you get a reading from someone and they tell you all this great stuff's going to happen and then it doesn't. Or you follow their advice and the outcome that was showing up doesn't come true because they only give positive readings. They don't show you the possible pitfalls or give you the negative side of things. That's important. You have to know what those are, what those obstacles are, what those challenges are going to be so that you can figure out a way around them or how to overcome them. And, there are a lot of readers that only want to talk about positive things, and that's just not true to life, and it's really not helpful. It actually is the worst. It just creates false hope, and then you're let down when those things do not happen. Sometimes devastated. I've talked to people who've been devastated that things they were told didn't come true. So really just use that Virgo discernment that you're so famous for. If you're consulting someone to get some sort of spiritual advice. This could also be just a challenge trusting your own intuition, Virgo, because you know, you could, again, you're an earth sign. So if it's not practical, you can't see it, touch it, feel it, taste it, intuition, you can't do that. Right. So it's hard for you sometimes to just go on a feeling or to make a decision based on something that you're not seeing proof of. So this could just be the challenge is trusting that intuition, trusting that gut feeling about which of these options you should choose, which direction you should go. Because what I'm seeing is like, details are going to be hidden. The outcome of whatever decision you make is always going to be hidden. You're not going to, you can sort of sometimes see what direction or what path that's going to lead you down for certain things. But for the most part, the end result is always going to be shrouded in mystery. And the only way to kind of investigate or see how it's going to turn out is to take the plunge. And yeah, that's uncomfortable. Yeah, it's scary. But I feel like you have a good feeling about something and you have a bad feeling about something else, maybe. So trust that in September, Virgo. That seems to be kind of the culminating message I'm getting here is that you even if the other option looks better on paper, there's something off about it. And maybe it's the boss. Maybe it's not a spiritual ability at all that they claim to have, but corporate knowledge or business knowledge. They've got all these high hopes or big dreams, and it's kind of like, well, yeah, but I'm not really hearing like how they're going to make this happen. And I don't know if I would be safe working for somebody who doesn't have an actual plan. So again, that's your intuition talking, saying, there's something off here. Listen to it, Virgo, in September. Because the help that's going to be available is the sword of truth, the Ace of Swords. Cutting away, cutting through any falsehoods. You're going to be able to, it does seem to be a female energy that's trying to pull the wool over your eyes for most of you. So this could be, a female, again, spiritual leader, or someone who claims to be a spiritual leader, someone who claims to have psychic gifts, some sort of tarot consultant, some sort of, a spirituality teacher. But what I'm feeling is it's like it's an illusion. They don't have the knowledge or the skills that they're claiming to have, Virgo. And you are going to see through this, though. And I feel like it's through your communication, because swords are all about communicating, asking the right questions. You're going to be asking questions that cut through the BS with Ace of Swords. And that's what's going to help you make your decision. That's what's going to help you. Like when they can't give you a straight answer, or they can't give you information that anybody else in this situation should be able to give you. Like if it's a job situation and they can't explain like exactly what you would be doing, there's that, right? That's a red flag. So yeah, if there's someone hemming and hawing or always kind of trying to change the subject or kind of get you to stop thinking about or asking about certain things to get to the truth of a matter, then that's your cue there, Virgo, that this is probably, things are not what they seem here. You've got a lot of protection around you, though, in September, Virgo. So, I really feel like you're going to figure this out. Remember, when we do these readings, we're looking at 1 month in detail. And so the intensity of these energies, some of you may see right off, oh, this is BS. I'm steering away. Others of you, it may take a little bit. I do feel like most of you are going to need to take a time out and really think some things through. And there's nothing wrong with that before you give an answer. But yeah, definitely take that time before you commit to anything. But yeah, anything that's an illusion, I think you're going to see through. And then if you ask those pertinent questions, you kind of ask, just the basic things that anybody should be able to answer in this situation, you're going to get the answer that you need in order to make a decision. Like, oh, this is not even real. This is an illusion. So I'm gonna table that offer. What must be accepted? Let's see. We've got the 5 of Pentacles in reverse, and here's what it looks like in this deck. In the upright. So in the reverse, this is actually a better card. In the reverse, in the upright, it's pretty challenging. In the reverse, this means like the end of financial hardship. So I do feel like for many of you, we're talking about work. We're talking about improving your finances here. leaving one job for another, choosing between two different options to improve your money. And for whatever reason, this may cause some conflict with those closest to you, the family. It could be maybe like there are going to have to be sacrifices made in order for you to take this job. Maybe it's longer hours. You'll be away more, and maybe your spouse or someone's going to have to look after the kids or get them after school. Or it seems like schedules are going to be changing. So there is, for some of you, that consideration, and that's going to be like something you have to work out. It could be that people are being, a little bit selfish and not supporting you, Virgo, in what you're trying to do, because it does look like this is a big win for you, and you kind of need everybody on board. Some of you could also be dealing with a mother or mother figure who is having some health issues in September. I do think there will be a recovery with the Five of Pentacles in reverse. It's a card of recovery, but yeah, there could be some concern with a mother-in-law, your mother. For some of you, it could be a male, but I feel like for most of you, this is a feminine energy. And so someone could be kind of under the weather, could need a little assistance, could need some help recovering from something, could need somebody to stop in and kind of help them, like, make meals and do laundry and things like that for a little while. So you could be helping someone recover from something. It could also be helping someone recover financially from something. That could be somebody that is needing to borrow some money from you. I do feel like, Virgo, you may be apt to do this because it does seem like it's someone that is close to you. But yeah, for some of you, maybe that's what you're trying to figure out. Like, this is probably because maybe it's somebody who is either going to be very slow to pay it back or may never pay it back. And you're trying to figure out, what I'm hearing for some of you is like, they just need to get a job. They're just lazy. So this would not be the same person with the health issues. This would be someone, who's perfectly capable of working. They're just not. And then coming to you to borrow money. So again, different situations for different Virgos. You're going to have to make this decision, of course, based on your specific circumstances. But so yeah, you're going to need to take time out to think about however this is working out for you in September. But others of you, I think you're just helping out a family member who has had some health issues, or maybe is recovering from a surgery or something, and they need help with household chores. The outcome of your birthday month, we've got a great card. We've got the Eight of Wands. So this is all about swift communication, travel, relocation, but lots of messages going back and forth. And you've got the rune of group, tribe. So this could be either a group of coworkers, the company you're working for, your family, lots of messages going back and forth. So those of you that are needing to help someone who's had a health scare or a health issue, I do feel like you are, I'm going to move these up because I want to make sure you can see the whole spread here. You're going to have help. Like, it's not just going to be you. If there's somebody in the family that's needing some assistance here, you're going to have help from other members. Everybody's going to kind of pull together in the family and assist. And I'm seeing, like a lot of messages going back and forth. Like, okay, I went today and here's how he or she was doing, and I took care of this. So everybody will be on board. You'll have support. Make sure you ask for it though, Virgo. Make sure you ask other people to pitch in and help, because, you may be like, I'm happy to help, but I do have a lot on my own plate. So be sure you ask for help from other family members for this individual. But yeah, others of you, I think this is good news regarding job, regarding promotion. Again, it may involve like a relocation, moving to a different office. You may stay under the same corporate umbrella. I don't have any runes that would indicate leaving one job for another, like the big shift or change runes, but that doesn't mean that, some of you won't be doing that. This could absolutely be, and it could have started in August, since we've got the 8 here. So maybe you interviewed in August, or maybe it's happening right now if you're watching this on the August side. And then in September, you're going to be starting this new job or moving into this new position. It could also be that, you're staying under the same company umbrella, but you're moving to a different office location. You're going to be working at a different in a different capacity. I do feel like there's a promotion involved here for some of you. Others of you, you're transferring. I feel like you're transferring to a different position. And, this could have been someone trying to talk you into staying, or whoever this person was who was kind of making stuff up to try to kind of lure you into a certain position or staying in your current job. I feel like, I don't feel like many of you are going to do that. I feel like you're seeing the benefits of moving on, moving forward, and actually moving to a different office, a different location, and a different position. So a very positive, awesome month, September is. It is just kind of like, got to weed through the options, kind of see through any illusions that people are trying to seduce you with for their own gain, right? Yeah, because there's a selfishness about this. They want to keep you where you're at. Maybe if you leave, they're like, well, then I have to interview people, or nobody's going to do it as good as Virgo, and then I have to replace Virgo. And then, so there's someone being, I think this person, for some of you, just being selfish, wanting to kind of keep you down because it helps them out. It's all for selfish reasons, instead of letting you move forward, letting you move on and do what you should be doing, and moving into a position maybe with more accolades and certainly more money, I feel. Because the Eight of Wands is advancement and fast advancement, things happening very quickly.